And then after Plassey, I think in the book you talk about the, in some ways, not less known, but even more decisive battle was the Buxar. And again, a lot of luck plays a huge role in that.
So nearly lost. So Buxar. So what happens? 1757, Battle of Plassey. The British seize Bengal. It's the richest province, and that becomes the engine for everything that follows. So the British so plunder Bengal immediately after Plassey that the puppet Nawab they've put in, Mir Qasim, rises up against them, and he forges an alliance not only with Shuja-ud-Dawla of Awadh, but the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam. So 3 Mughal armies come together, and they so nearly defeat the British. In fact, they think they've won.
Yeah.
And what happens is that Shuja-ud-Dawla calls it a victory and sort of starts partying. And all the Mughals try and plunder the British baggage train, abandon the front line. And the Brits are trying to evacuate. And they've arranged, the plan was that if things went wrong, they had these barges and they were going to withdraw by boat. Yeah. But the barges don't turn up. So they're forced to stay here. And rather than be killed, of course, you know what you do, and with your backs against the river, you have no option. They fight on. And the major Indian victory turns to a defeat because they abandon the line.
It's incredible. So in some ways, war was, this particular battle was already over. The Indians, were celebrating.
Exactly.
And British was trying to flee. And literally there's no bridge to cross. So they see this opportunity that, maybe there is a little bit of letting down of the guard.
Yeah.
And they attack back and somehow end up winning the battle.
Exactly that. I mean, it's that narrower. So both Plassey and Buxar, certainly not fait accompli. They, slightly different shake of the hand of fate. And they could.
And now with Buxar, even the Shah Alam, the Mughal Emperor, becomes their vassal state.
So they capture Shah Alam. Shah Alam is now their fig leaf. What the East India Company doesn't advertise in later years is that they declare themselves the slave of Shah Alam, and they use this nominal, the protectors of Shah Alam is what they pretend to be. And what's clever about the East India Company is that they realize that their power is their seaports. So they use the resources of Awadh and Bengal, which are the most rich and fertile states of India at that time, to build up the most colossal mercenary army.
And these sepoys are nearly, I'm getting 95%, 99% Indian?
95% Indian. And so these guys, and they, like the Romans, they're clever enough to make you fight not at home, but so South Indian sepoys fight in the north, North Indian sepoys fight in the south. So you're not in home territory fighting your cousins. And it works bizarrely.
So it's the best paid job available to. I'm guessing a lot of armies are being dismantled, so a lot of people out of job. And this is a well-paying job. They probably pay on time.
And they pay on time, and they pay nearly double what Tipu Sultan pays for the Marathas. So they get the strongest, they get the best.
Yeah.
And this is a period when it's every man for himself. There's no sense of national identity. There is a sense that the East India Company are foreigners, but it's not strong enough sense of identity to bind people together and loyalty to the Mongols or to any of these other forces.
Yeah.
And by 1799,
At Sparks, we aim to bring to you stories of exponential impact. We share in-depth analysis of what goes behind success stories. If you find our conversations interesting, you can join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. You can also listen to Sparks on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or any other audio platform of your choice. If you have any suggestions on who we should invite or what topics we need to cover, just let us know in the comments. We are always listening, looking for ways to improve, and keep getting better as we go along.